All right, let's catch up on the situation in the UK with the fan-favourite Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, who's actually less popular than Liz Truss. Yes, you heard that right, worse than Liz Truss, the one who held office for the astonishingly long period of 49 days. Can Starmer be that bad? Oh, quite possibly. But don't get too comfortable, because I bet Starmer's still struggling to beat Sunak in the race for the most unpopular title. Quite the thrilling competition, isn't it? I'm glad you're back. In today's video, we'll dive deeper into this issue and check out the latest updates from across the country. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos as we grow. When Starmer first took office, he had a huge wave of support behind him. But now, things have changed dramatically. Some people are even comparing him to Liz Truss, whose short and controversial term has become one of the most talked about in recent British history. Clearly, this is a major shift. What a surprising comparison. So what exactly happened? Why has Starmer faced such a negative backlash? According to recent public opinion polls, support for Starmer has significantly dropped. What's even more concerning is that many people are starting to compare him to the current government of Rishi Sunak. Some are even suggesting that, despite the Conservative Party's challenges, their government is still better than Labour under Starmer. This comes as a major shock for Labour, especially after securing 33% of the vote in the recent election. It sounds like Labour is losing momentum. They had a big win, but now the mood within the party seems pretty negative, doesn't it? Exactly. The recent Labour Party conference was supposed to be an opportunity for Starmer to solidify his position and lay out a clear agenda, but it ended up being quite chaotic. Some people even described it as one of the strangest events they've ever seen. Starmer's speech was criticised for lacking vision and failing to offer any innovative ideas. This has led to a growing sense of confusion and dissatisfaction, not only among the public but within the party itself. What about the reaction from Labour MPs? That's where it gets even more serious. Rosie Darfield, a Labour MP from Canterbury, left the party just weeks after their big win. Normally, a newly elected government would generate excitement and unity, but in Starmer's case, we're seeing discontent and chaos. His government is facing numerous issues, from internal conflicts at Downing Street to unnecessary scandals. It's clearly a chaotic political environment. But does Starmer have a clear plan to address these issues? This is Starmer's biggest problem. Aside from not being a particularly charismatic figure, his biggest issue is that he doesn't have an agenda that people can relate to or rally behind during tough times. He lacks a concrete plan, and that's making the public feel uneasy. Even within his own ranks, there's growing dissatisfaction. This is a troubling sign. A lot of people have compared Starmer to Thatcher. While she also faced difficult times, she always had a clear agenda. We're in a situation where no one in Britain is offering direction or providing a clear vision for the future. Thatcher had a vision that people could understand and support, even if it came with short-term costs. Starmer, on the other hand, lacks that clear and specific vision, leaving people anxious about the future. So what about the Conservative Party? Are they taking advantage of this situation? On the other side, the Conservative Party is also in a tough spot. They're holding a leadership campaign, but no candidate has really stood out. Nigel Farage, leader of the Reform Party, despite getting around 13% of the vote in the election, hasn't made a major impact on the political scene, and even Farage hasn't attacked Starmer as fiercely as one might expect. So, is Starmer relatively safe for now? Yes, but only for the time being. It won't be long before dislike turns into hate if no positive changes are made. His support is gradually declining, and if that trend continues, there will certainly be significant consequences. Many believe Starmer's biggest issue is that he doesn't really understand what voters want right now. British voters are no longer interested in traditional conservative economic policies like tax cuts or deregulation. Instead, they want a government that plays a bigger role in addressing social and economic issues. Starmer hasn't grasped this and has failed to present a plan that meets voters' expectations, causing him to lose support in a big way. So, how long will Starmer last as Prime Minister? That's the big question. There's no prominent challenger within the Labour Party right now to replace him, but that doesn't mean his position is secure in the long term. There are even rumours that Jeremy Corbyn might form a left-wing party to compete. Corbyn, though a fatigued figure in British politics, still holds the affection of many. However, it's doubtful whether he has the personal strength to succeed again. But if Starmer's situation doesn't improve, it's only a matter of time before he gets replaced. Starmer needs to come up with a clear and concrete vision for the country and action plan that people can understand and support. If not, he'll quickly lose his leadership position to someone who can do a better job. What do you think Starmer needs to do to regain the public's trust? In other news, the Conservative Party leadership race is heating up more than ever. Jacob Rees-Mogg recently made a notable statement on GB News, suggesting that Robert Jenrick should unite the right-wing faction if he wants to win this race. Notably, Rees-Mogg didn't shy away from mentioning the possibility of collaborating with Nigel Farage and the Reform UK Party. Rees-Mogg stated frankly, "I think we need to unite the right." He also emphasised that this strategy closely mirrors how Labour and the Liberal Democrats have coordinated in previous elections. According to Rees-Mogg, working with Farage is a much more viable and beneficial option than teaming up with the Liberal Democrats. Working with Nigel would be a far better choice than working with the Liberal Democrats, certainly for any Conservative, he added. Interestingly, Rees-Mogg has also been proposed to take on the role of Conservative Party chair if Jenrick wins the leadership. Rees-Mogg has been firm in stressing the importance of winning back the voters who have shifted to Reform UK in recent elections. As for Robert Jenrick, the front-runner in the race, he's doing everything he can to position himself as the one who can handle the threat from Reform UK. At a local Tory Association event in Essex, Jenrick highlighted the importance of addressing the challenge posed by the Populist Party, especially with the upcoming general election on the horizon. He warned bluntly, "If we don't get this right in the coming months, there will be no Conservative Party." Jenrick's main concern is that Reform UK could split the vote, threatening Conservative outcomes in upcoming local elections. To counter the rise of Reform UK, Jenrick has put forth a series of bold solutions. He argues for taking a tough stance on immigration and national defence, ramping up early candidate selection, increasing fundraising efforts, and boosting social media presence to engage voters. Still, a recent poll by Electoral Calculus indicates that Reform UK could make significant gains regardless of the Conservative leadership outcome. Their projected number of MPs could jump from 5 to as many as 24 or 25, which is no small feat. Jenrick's proposals aim to solidify the Conservative Party's position and prevent the further rise of Reform UK, but the political landscape remains unpredictable. Reform UK's message, particularly their hardline stance on immigration and Brexit, continues to attract disillusioned voters who feel the Conservatives have not delivered on their promises. While Jenrick emphasises the need for stronger policies, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage has tapped into widespread frustration with the status quo, making it harder for the Conservatives to maintain their base. The challenge for Jenrick and the Conservative Party lies in balancing the demands of traditional Conservative voters with a broader appeal that addresses national concerns. With growing momentum behind Reform UK and a divided electorate, the upcoming elections could present a defining moment for British politics as both parties vie for control in an increasingly competitive environment. And that wraps up today's video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis interesting, don't forget to like, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thank you for your support.